Hey, it's Dr. Joe from Atlanta. Welcome to Your Wellness for Life. Happy Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us. Hope you had a great day. A little rainy here in Atlanta. Again, Dr. Joe. Welcome to Your Wellness for Life, where we discuss all aspects of wellness, there are about 9 pillars of it. Wellness is a state of being. And one of them is emotional wellness or emotional health. So we'll talk about that and what it has to do with retirement. And some of you know that I'm on a journey transitioning out of obstetrics and transitioning into just GYN and wellness. I think I'm down to my last something like 55 deliveries or so. And they say it's not the final destination, it's the journey that you need to enjoy. It's kind of like going on vacation. I've always thought the best part of vacation is the night before you leave. You're all excited and, you're packing, where you're going, you're going to have a great time. And then once you kind of get there, you're already, kind of worried about your vacation ending. So the exciting part of vacation is the night before. And the same thing has to do with retirement. So today we're going to talk about there's more to retirement than money. Now, there are some statistics about money. About 1 out of 4 Americans have $0 saved for retirement and are going to be totally dependent on Social Security. And we know how rocky that might be, and they may not be on solid financial footings. And as the years go by, I've heard that by the year 2035 or so, it may be insolvent. So hopefully not. And, there's some estimates that you probably need about $1.5 million to have in savings to have a comfortable retirement. So, and then there are I've decided a long time ago, I'm never going to retire. I just don't want to do it. I just don't see myself doing that. But being a surgeon, I know that at some point I'm going to not have the manual dexterity anymore to practice my trade. And there are other professions that have mandatory type or compulsory type retirements. Not there yet in medicine. I think I've heard some rumblings about how that might be instituted, but it's not quite there yet like it is in a couple other professions. So pilots, up until 2007, they actually had to retire by the age of 60, and then there was the Fair Treatment for Experienced Pilots Act that was passed December 13, 2007, raised the age to 65. Of course, they have to pass physical fitness type exams. They have to be in pretty good shape and healthy to be able to pilot planes. Air traffic controllers also have a mandatory retirement age of 56. There's some exceptions up to 61. Being a veteran, having spent 12 and a half years in the military, I know that the military has some mandatory retirements as well. So if you're an enlisted person, you have to retire after 20 years. And if you're an officer, you have to retire after 30. There may be a couple of exceptions, certain wartime scenarios or very high-ranking officers. But in general, it's 20 for enlisted people and 30 years for officers. Federal law enforcement, national park rangers, and firefighters have a mandatory retirement age of 57 or later if less than 20 years of experience. And then several parts of our country have different mandatory retirement ages for judges that range anywhere from 65 to 75 years of age. So it looks like the professions that require some manual dexterity or, physical wellness, they have a cap to it. So those are retirement things and retirement ages. And let's talk about something that's not really discussed very often with retirement. The focus is on money and financial planning. And there's actually an aspect to retirement called emotional retirement. And there's actually 5 stages or 5 phases that someone goes through when they retire. And the phase before retirement is called pre-retirement. It can last anywhere from 5 to 15 years. before your actual retirement date. And so, in addition to financial planning, you should plan for the emotional phase of retirement. And so, you need to consider what will make you happy and fulfilled while you transition. And this stage is kind of like the night before going on vacation. It is a time of excitement and anticipation, no doubt. Then the next phase is the actual full retirement. So that's second stage, full retirement. And it only lasts about 1 to 2 years. It's kind of like a honeymoon. And it's also called the liberation phase, which includes feeling of excitement, relief, and freedom from the stress and responsibilities of your day-to-day working life. And individuals in this stage are usually busy reconnecting with family, spouses, friends, and spending time on hobbies, traveling, and starting new businesses. Instead of taking a honeymoon vacation like path of the stage, some people choose to settle into a routine immediately, and those people probably do better because it will avoid what's next. The third stage is called disenchantment, and it is filled with disappointment and disillusionment. And it has to do with you've run out of things to do and you're a little bored. You may get a little lonely. You may feel a little useless. You don't have any purpose. And so that's not a very comfortable stage. The fourth stage, so the one after disenchantment, you've run out of things to do, is called reorientation. And it's actually considered the most challenging of these 5 phases of retirement. And reorientation usually occurs after retirees quickly go through their retirement to-do list, feel a loss of purpose, and begin to evaluate their retirement experience. So stage number 4. And then reorientation involves creating a new identity. And to avoid falling into a rut and depression, which would not be good, it's crucial that you find something that gives you a sense of meaningful purpose later in life, such as pursuing some passion or volunteering or adding new fun activities to your daily routine, or maybe even starting some kind of a business. And then if you do that correctly, the 5th and final stage is called reconciliation and stability. And in this final stage, which may be up to 15 years after the official start of retirement, in this stage, you are content and hopeful in your transition, and you experience less depression and anxiety. And of course, during that phase, health conditions may be more prevalent than during earlier stages, obviously, because you're older. And so don't forget to neglect your health. Don't neglect your physical activity and your nutrition, because that will have an incredible impact on how healthy you are when you're retired. So those are the 5 stages of retirement. The first one is called pre-retirement. It's the 5 to 15 years before retirement. Then there's the actual retirement, which only lasts a couple of years, like a honeymoon phase. Then you run out of things to do. You're in this disenchantment phase, and you may get depressed, and so you need to kind of find a new purpose for yourself. The next stage is called reorientation. Hopefully you get your act together, find some things to do, and then you reconcile and you're stable for the 5th and final stage. So I hope you found this helpful. Happy Thursday. I'm Dr. Joe from Atlanta, To Your Wellness for Life, where we discuss all the aspects of wellness, which is the state of being, and of course, retirement, financial health, and emotional health during retirement are very important components to that. So if you need some additional information on what we discussed tonight, reach out to me, send me a comment, send me a message. I'll be happy to send you the source. And if you're looking for something to give you purpose, whether you're 30 looking to retire early, or whether you're in your 60s or 70s, or maybe even older looking for something, reach out to me. I might have a great solution for you that might give you purpose and a little extra cash flow. So on that note, I wish you a blessed evening. Happy Thursday. We'll see you all tomorrow. Dr. Joe from Atlanta. Bye.